In this Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous companion build guide, I'm going to be breaking down the best attributes, skills, feats, spells, mythic path, and equipment you should select to improve Seelah's tank capabilities. Instead of multi-classing, I'll focus on enhancing her Paladin's class, which is optimized to survive massive amounts of damage. If you're looking for an effective and simple build that allows you to go toe-to-toe with enemies, then this Seelah build guide is for you. Seelah's build relies on boosting her armor class and saving throws through equipment and buffs to make it difficult for enemies to attack her. This makes her a very effective tank who is almost impossible to hit. Note that the damage she deals won't be as potent, but it shouldn't be an issue since there are others who can easily fulfill this role. At level 1, you automatically receive the following feats, proficiencies, and abilities. Dodge receives a dodge bonus to raise armor class by 1. Pickpocket gets a +2 bonus for initiative rolls and adds trickery and stealth, although we won't be investing in these skills. Paladin proficiencies grants proficiencies with any armor and weapon type. This also makes her proficient with shields except for tower shields. Alignment restriction maintains the lawful good alignment. Straying away from this by making, say, chaotic good choices loses you access to Paladin feats and spells. Shield focus increases armor class by 1 when wielding a shield. Smite Evil. Smite Evil is one of the most essential components to Seelah's build. It's a swift action, which means that this ability can be used with another action such as moving or performing a melee attack. You should immediately target a creature with an evil alignment at the start of an encounter to maximize Smite Evil's function. You'll be using this a lot since you'll predominantly be facing hordes of demons like Babas and demon worshippers. Smite Evil has a lot of benefits. For instance, Seelah's charisma bonus is added to her attack rolls to increase the chances of hitting the target, while her paladin level is added to damage rolls against the same creature. Moreover, she's protected against the attacks initiated by the target because of the deflection bonus she gains. This is equal to Seelah's high charisma modifier and is added to her armor class. Lastly, Smite Evil bypasses the enemy's damage reduction, allowing you to effectively deal 100% damage. Note that if you target an enemy that isn't evil, you won't be getting any of these benefits. Starting at level 4 and then after every 4 levels, you'll be able to add 1 point to any of your attributes. Overall, Seelah doesn't have a very good attribute spread, which is why we'll have to raise most of them by adding points and equipping gear. First, you want to increase Charisma by 3 at levels 4, 8, and 12 to raise your Charisma modifier to +4. This is the Paladin spellcasting ability modifier, which determines the effectiveness of essential abilities like Smite Evil and Lay on Hands to heal yourself and others. Since you'll wear the headband of Mental Flow +2, you'll reach 20 Charisma with a +5 modifier. Second is Dexterity, which starts at 13 because it measures how well you're able to keep your balance while evading attacks. This provides you with a +1 Dexterity modifier that's accounted for when Seelah equips Heavy Armor. However, you'll want to equip the Heavy Armor Carapace in order to add more than 1 Dexterity modifier to your armor class. So at level 16, you allocate 1 point into the attribute to reach 14 Dexterity with a +2 modifier. By the time you hit level 20, you need to reach 13 Intelligence to acquire the Combat Expertise feat. You can do this by investing your final attribute point into Intelligence while having the Headband of Mental Flow +2 equipped. Combat Expertise provides you with +1 dodge bonus to increase your armor class. It does have some drawbacks such as incurred penalties on attack rolls and combat maneuver checks, but the benefits outweigh the disadvantages. Specifically, this bonus type increases starting at +4 base attack bonus. Remember that dodge bonuses stack with one another, so you'll be able to effectively boost your armor class without wasting any bonus. Since you're no longer able to increase your Constitution modifier to raise your HP nor Strength to improve your melee attacks because you've spent all your points, you can wear an accessory to boost either of these. In terms of Seelah skills, you want to focus on Mobility, Persuasion, and use Magic Device. With only 3 ranks in Mobility, you're able to gain an additional +3 dodge bonus to armor class via the Fighting Defensively ability. Although you'll receive attack roll and combat maneuver check penalties again, you'll survive much longer in combat, so remember to activate this before the beginning of any encounter. Due to your high charisma, allocating points into Persuasion is a good deal. With this skill, you're able to persuade, negotiate, and intimidate NPCs to get what you want while gaining extra XP. Lastly, you can opt to add points into Use Magic Device. This allows you to activate wands and scrolls to cast spells as if they were already part of your Paladin spell list. One example is the Scroll of Inflict Critical Wounds, where its damage isn't reduced by the enemy's spell resistance, plus you're able to use the scroll up close. From levels 3 to 20, you're able to choose 9 feats for your Paladin with 1 feat at every other level. With Seelah, the idea is to enhance her armor class and saving throws as much as possible in order to improve her durability. At the same time, she'll also heal and buff the party. Lastly, it's important to consider the decent damage she'll be dealing. Although it's not as high compared to a barbarian or fighter, it should be sufficient to inflict killing blows against some enemies. Starting at level 3, you ought to take these important feats in the following order. Heavy Armor Focus adds +1 to armor class when wearing heavy armor. This is especially relevant at earlier levels since you don't have powerful armor yet. Combat Mobility adds +4 dodge bonus to armor class every time you move inside or outside a threatened area, which may cause you to receive attacks of opportunity. Outflank Teamwork feat or extra Lay on Hands. Outflank is a very powerful feat because it increases your attack rolls by 4 when you and your ally are flanking the same enemy. If no one else in your party uses Outflank, you can take extra lay on hands to heal them multiple times per day, particularly if you don't have a pure healer with you. Missile Shield, deflect ranged attacks, excluding spell effects when wielding a shield, which you'll use throughout your playthrough. For this feat to take effect, you should be fully aware of the encounter and not be flat-footed. Lightning Reflexes or Iron Will, increases all reflex or will saving throws by 2 respectively. You can choose either feat since their corresponding saving throws are Seelah's weakest defensive abilities. Blind Fight, improves the chances of hitting concealed targets while negating their attack bonuses. Blind Fight is important since some enemies immediately turn themselves invisible at the beginning of an encounter, and to make it tough to hit them. Weapon Focus Longsword, gains +1 bonus on all attack rolls when wielding a longsword. This improves your chances of hitting enemies, especially since you'll get penalized for attack rolls with combat expertise and fighting defensively. Hammer the Gap, increases the damage you deal on a single target by repeatedly hitting them in the same spot. If you manage to inflict a critical hit, your damage is multiplied. Combat Expertise, raises armor class due to accumulated dodge bonuses. Alternatively, you can try and take other feats in the order you prefer. Shield Wall Teamwork feat, increases your armor class depending on the type of shield your ally wields. Shake It Off Teamwork feat, gains +1 saving throw bonus depending on the number of allies who also possess this feat. Improved Lightning Reflexes or Iron Will, receives an extra +2 reflex or will saving throw bonus. Tower Shield Proficiency, allows you to equip a tower shield which you initially weren't proficient with. If you need more armor class, then tower shields like Dawn of Life provide you with extra AC as compared to heavy shields. Toughness, raises your HP. As a paladin, although you mostly focus on your martial abilities, you still have to utilize some spells to support your party. The first spell to prepare and cast before engaging in combat is Bless, and this is if you don't have a shaman or cleric with you. It provides the entire party with +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and saving throws against fear. At higher levels, you can opt to cast Prayer to gain luck bonuses on attack rolls, damage rolls, and saves. What's more is you inflict a disadvantage against enemies who are penalized for those same rolls. If you wish to enhance your or an ally's weapon, you can cast Bless Weapon or Magic Weapon. With Bless Weapon, your main goal is to change the alignment of your weapon in order to bypass the damage resistance of your target. This is effective until you reach level 14 because that's when you gain access to Aura of Faith, which automatically converts your weapon into good alignment. Meanwhile, Magic Weapon is useful for those who aren't wielding Masterwork weapons, since they'll receive an enhancement bonus on both their attack and damage rolls. Since you'll be encountering a lot of evil creatures, Challenge Evil and Protection from Chaos Evil are must-have spells. With Challenge Evil, you provoke your target into attacking you, otherwise it receives the sickened condition. Every time you attack them, you receive a +2 sacred bonus. On the other hand, Protection from Chaos Evil provides you with deflection and resistance bonuses to armor class and saves, respectively against chaotic or evil creatures. This is beneficial at earlier levels if you don't have the gear to provide these bonuses just yet. Other important spells you should consider include Divine Favor, gain luck bonuses depending on your caster level. At higher levels, you improve your chances of hitting and damaging targets. If Divine Favor is activated with Prayer, you'll receive the former spell bonuses since its values are greater. Restoration, dispel temporary negative levels while fully restoring points caused by ability damage. It also removes fatigue and exhaustion. Remember to prepare Diamond Dusts to cast Restoration. Blessing of Courage and Life, receive morale bonuses on saving throws against fear and death. What's good about this spell is you can trade the bonus for healing. Dispel Magic, remove another spell's magical effects, specifically those that harm your target even after combat. You can pick 10 Mythic abilities and feats in any order to make Seelah more formidable and effective in combat. For Mythic abilities, you should acquire the following. Abundant Smite, use Smite Evil as much as possible to quickly kill evil creatures. Always a Chance, reduce the chances of missing your hits when you roll a natural 1. Mythic Charge, deal additional divine damage. Enduring Spells, lengthen the effects of your spells. Greater Enduring Spells, enhances Enduring Spells. For Mythic feats, it's important to get Shield Focus Mythic and Dodge Mythic to improve your Touch Armor class and Armor class respectively, while boosting all saving throws by 1 with Mythic Resolve. If you've chosen Selective Channeling, then Mythic Channeling should make channeling positive energy much more potent by adding 2 times your Charisma bonus modifier. Next, you can pick the Mythic versions of Lightning Reflexes or Iron Will if you want to enhance its respective saving throws. Alternatively, Destructive Shockwave is a decent choice to still deal damage based on your strength bonus, even if your melee attack misses. Lastly, Weapon Focus Longsword doubles your attack rolls bonuses to improve your hits. Due to Seelah's high strength, she's able to equip heavier equipment for survivability. As such, you'll want to wear heavy armor, full plate like Carpus to gain the highest armor class. This armor is a good choice because it forces an enemy to succeed the reflect saving throw, otherwise their strength will be damaged. To further increase armor class, you can equip the Dawn of Life Tower Shield if you become proficient with it, or the Heavy Shield of Innate Trust. For weapons, the Longsword +2 is able to deal decent damage. When it comes to accessories, the Ring of Protection +3 and Amulet of Natural Armor +2 provide you with deflection and natural armor enhancement bonuses to armor class. Meanwhile, Oppressor's Gloves reduces your enemy's saving throws against mind-affecting conditions like confusion if you were to critically hit them. Cloak of Resistance +2 is another must-have gear because it grants you +2 resistant bonuses on all saving throws. Lastly, you want to get a hold of the Headband of Mental Flow +2 to enhance intelligence and charisma, as well as the Belt of Physical Might +2 to improve strength and constitution. Final tips. Seelah is an effective Paladin Tank who is able to aggro and withstand the damage inflicted by enemies. There are other useful abilities that enhance her effectiveness, such as Lay On Hands, which gets better the higher her level is. Aside from healing, you can also use this against undead creatures to damage them. There's also Divine Weapon Bond to enhance your longsword by changing its alignment or damage type. As a paladin, you'll also get the Mercy ability, which lets you cure allies who are afflicted with certain conditions. The best mercy to obtain at earlier levels is Fatigued. Oftentimes, your entire party feels fatigued after more than a day's worth of venturing without setting up camp. In terms of feats, you'll want to balance the penalties that reduce the success rate of your attack rolls. This is the reason why I didn't take Power Attack. Also, make sure to take Teamwork feats if you have allies focused on dealing melee damage like fighters. They'll most likely possess the same feats, which will help in enhancing both of your capabilities. If other characters are being constantly hit with Fear, Charm, or Spell-like abilities, then staying relatively close to Seelah provides them with saving throw bonuses against these negative effects, thanks to her Aura of Courage and Aura of Resolve abilities. Lastly, remember that similar bonuses besides dodge aren't cumulative. For instance, wearing 2 Rings of Protection won't double your deflection bonus to armor class. You'll be able to see a warning on non-stacking bonuses in your equipment section. Stay tuned for more companion build guides, and be sure to check out our Twitch channel or the Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous wiki if you have questions about the game. What did you think of the guide? Who are the companions you'll be bringing along in your first playthrough? Let us know in the comments below.